Doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Dame Dash, you have just exposed Diddy's billionaire. Can we call him a boo? Yep, the billionaire mogul that took a liking to you, the billionaire Boyle, that billionaire mogul that everybody said turned yourself out. The billionaire that introduced them to these violent delights with violent ends. Y'all, what am I talking about? I know. Listen, I have been on a rabbit hole all day, jumping down the rabbit hole, getting this information with you guys. I even put together a PowerPoint presentation. I don't know if Dame Dash meant to do it on purpose or if he was just talking, but baby, he let all the tapes go. And let me just say, it's not Clive Davis. Now, I'm not saying Clive Davis didn't invest in Diddy, but baby, Clive Davis did not put Diddy on the map like this. If you look at Diddy's financial worth, and we're going to get into my PowerPoint presentation, if you look at, sorry, I'm trying to okay, there we go. My lighting's off. If you look at Diddy's trajectory, now don't get me wrong, he made a pretty penny defrauding bad boy artists. He 100% did. To that, I can attest, right? And to everybody else crying and Mace like playing thug in the camera. Yeah, I'm the only one not scared. Y'all remember when Mace was in the camera barking big and bad at Diddy. Not saying he didn't deserve it. But here's the thing people don't realize with Clive Davis, okay? Clive Davis and Diddy 100% helped each other. However, if you guys don't know, Cassie's lawyer actually hinted in the filing that Clive Davis was also maybe money laundering for Diddy and BMF at that time. BMF, I'm gonna take y'all real quick. BMF had close to 500 million on the street. Back then in 1990 something, that was like having $1.5 billion. Clive Davis might be in trouble for the money he took in to the record company, perhaps, right? Washed and then threw it back. Now, again, this has not been independently verified. This is speculation based on paragraph 21 in the complaint that Cassie's lawyer, Douglas Wigmore, actually supplied to the court for Diddy's second victim. But that's not it, right? Because Dame Dash accidentally gave up the tapes, or maybe he was giving it up. Because at the end of the day, Dame Dash has been done dirty by so many people in the record industry. He really has, right? And he's the only one that hasn't come out with anything creepy about him. I mean, aside from the Aaliyah stuff, but I don't really know the whole story with that. So what is the interview from Dame Dash that set it all off? And y'all, I swear it's not Clive Davis. Let me just get into the Clive Davis thing really quick. And then I'm going to show you the video. Then I'm going to show you what I've been spending all day researching so people can take it, not credit me, and put it on their channels. Like, oh, guys, I've been working so hard, right? Okay, now here's the thing. I'm not saying Clive Davis isn't shady. I'm not saying Clive Davis didn't do mess to Whitney. I don't know anything about that. We're not talking about that today, class, okay? Let's focus. Clive Davis did put Diddy on the map musically, and Diddy did steal a lot from bad boy artists, but let's not forget that Diddy was basically an employee. He got a cut of stuff, and it definitely turned him into a millionaire, but baby, it did not put him on the map as a millionaire on to way to billionaire. What put Diddy on the map for the millionaire and billionaire, right, were his investments, was Sean John, was Ciroc, was Diego, Liquors, was actually Revolt TV. Diddy's business dealings put him on the map. Clive Davis just helped him turn into a low millionaire. Like when he was messing with Clive Davis, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of money, but he had accumulated somewhere after his expenses between 11 million and 43 million, depending on who you believe. A lot of money, but nowhere near billionaire status. There is nowhere even near 100 millionaire status. Let's be real. Again, he was stealing from the artists, but there were people on top of him, like the record industry, that was taking a bigger cut. Now, who was this person? Y'all got evidence. I got pictures. We're going to wrap this together. But also, y'all need to realize something else, right? These violent delights have violent ends. I remember I was showing the video last night of Puffy and his mom. I am not implying, but I am saying that I don't think someone just grows up thinking, I'm going to have a freak off of white fingernails. I don't think. I think that people are introduced to the lifestyle. People are turned out. And then, like, they're turned out and they start turning other people out. This is my opinion. So who introduced them to a wild kind of, if you believe what the streets are saying, deviant sort of lifestyle? I believe it's also this billionaire mogul. Yes, I got receipts. Yes, I'm going to bring it to you. And I want to hear in the comments what y'all got to say. I've been all day researching this mess for y'all because y'all know I usually be putting out a million videos. I'll put them out after. And I'm going to keep working until past midnight. But I wanted to bring you guys this. Okay, right? Listen, here we go, right? Listen. Are y'all paying attention? Okay, let me stop. Okay, so here is the video that dropped on the Jasmine brand that started all this with my rabbit hole. I'm going to take y'all through where I went, and I'm going to show you the type of mess and where the freak offs came from, all right? And Diddy's billionaire sugar daddy. Now, I do want to say one thing. Diddy maintains his innocence. He says he did nothing awful. He says that everything was consensual. He says that he's not going to let people besmirch, okay? This is the streets talking. I have it upon information and or belief that this stuff was presented. I'm bringing it to y'all, all right? Okay, y'all ready for Law and Order's TISA Victims Unit? Okay, let's go. Now, listen to this Dame Dash interview. It's only for a minute, right? And then we're going to go down the rabbit hole. Let's go. Let's put him on the big screen. Listen to this. Because when I first heard this, I was like, what the heck is Dame Dash talking about? How is Dame Dash breaks down Diddy's deal with Revolt TV? Because when I first heard it, I'm like, Dame, what are you talking about? But that's Dame. He likes to speak in riddle. Baby, I solved the riddle. Let's go.
There was this initiative about 10 years ago that Comcast wanted black-owned networks. And I was talking to them, but they told me I had to show them $100 million because Magic and Oprah took so many lawyers. So I'm like, if I got to go get 100, how are you going to think that's black? I'm not going to be able to get $100 million of black money. So I was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to make $100 million worth of content. And then then I'll go back. But Comcast is nothing but distribution. But what happens when you get distributed, you get paid as an affiliate kind of thing. So off of off your cable bill, $100, like $4 of that might go to ESPN and $2, whatever. I don't know what Puff and them got, but let's say it was $1 or $2. Spectrum told me, what's the difference between you, Puff, and Oprah? And I said, the only thing that's similar is our skin. But because it's a black-owned company doesn't mean it's only for black people. Just because I'm black doesn't mean only black people can digest what I'm doing. What happened with Puff?
Okay, so let's stop it right there, okay? Because I was like, wait a second. Dame Dash back then when they were talking about Revolt, he had deep pockets. If you guys don't know, when Puffy was rolling with Clive, yes, he turned into a millionaire, but he hadn't even hit $50 million in actual net assets, okay? He made a lot of people rich. He made himself rich by stealing from the artists. So I started thinking, where the hell did Puffy get $100 million from? Because even Dame Dash said, and I researched, and it seems what he's saying is truthful, that Puffy actually showed off, right? Actually gave $100 million to buy Revolt TV. And I said, where did he get that money? So I started going on the internet, right? And there's been this thing that's been going around the internet in our face, okay? Diddy, the people who helped him go from bad boy to billionaire. This was written in 2014. Now, I do want to point out that Diddy's been calling himself a billionaire for a while, but Forbes will tell you it's only been since Revolt TV that he is able to actually find a billionaire status that actually can be verified, okay? So keep that in mind. He was calling himself a billionaire in 2014. He wasn't actually a billionaire. It couldn't be verified. It wasn't until a few years after the Revolt TV deal where, like Dame said, Comcast if you did Revolt TV, he thinks that they get like $1 or $2 from each subscription, out of this, that, and the third. He has become a billionaire in the last, I don't know, 3, 4 official verified billionaire, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we don't want to talk about, oh, he's worth 700. No. That was all cap. Most of his income came in the last, I would say, 4 to 6 years. You see what I'm saying? Really quick, let me just hit these super chats. Somebody says, I think it's Jay-Z. Nahil 21981. What's up, mama? It is not Jay-Z. Valentine TV said, hi, Tease. I love your commentary so much. I'm starting my own channel. Always be there, though. Thank you. You guys, go ahead and get Valentine TV a follow. Daddy's Girl, $5. Thank you so much. Said, a massive thank you for keeping us informed. Girls, you welcome. Good, you welcome. And thank you. Okay. All right. So let's get into the PowerPoint presentation. All right. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. I gave y'all a PowerPoint presentation. Okay. I did it because I wanted to, but hit the like button if you can. I would appreciate it. Or better yet, share this with people. Okay. Right. So the people who helped him go from bad boy to billionaire, okay? He's a rapper turned businessman who's had a profound effect on pop culture, but he didn't do it on his own. Here are the people who helped Diddy reach the top. All right. So, you know me, I'm like, what are they talking about with this cat? The people. So I was going down the list. You guys, this article was so hidden. All right. They said, according to Forbes, Diddy is now worth $756 million. While he's surely making his way towards the 10th figure, he didn't reach this level of fame and wealth without some help. Actually, a lot of help. I said, all right, I'm interested. They had about 30 people, but this is the name that really got me. All right. One of the people that helped Diddy along the way was his godfather, Ron Burkle, who invested $100 million in Sean Combs, P. Diddy's Sean John clothing line, and is godfather to Diddy's children. I said, what? Ron Burkle? If you don't know who Ron Burkle is, that name really got on my radar. And I said, what is he doing being godfather to Diddy's children? I didn't even know they were that close, right? Follow the trail, follow the money. So this was the first $100 million that he got invested for Sean John, okay? So did a little deep diving. It gets worse. I looked at Ron Burkle. If you guys don't know who he is, this is a handy chart, right? Just for fun, he purchased the Pittsburgh Penguins, his social house, Media Tech. He owns Relativity Media, Black Book Media, Airbnb, Artist Group International, Foursquare. He also has a Boeing 757. Keep that in your mind. London Townhomes. He owns Harold Lloyd's Estates, which is big real estate holdings in the UK. He owns Americold Logistics, Whole Foods Supermarkets, Barnes and Nobles. He is friends with Bill Clinton, Leonardo DiCaprio, Bono. He invested in fashion, Sean John, The Scoop, Gerard Jeans, Zach Posen, Stephen Webster, and also he was the owner and primary investors of Barney, New York. This is a heavy, heavy hitter. Okay. However, one thing that is, right, interesting, that one of the articles actually said that this guy was the closest thing that Diddy would ever get to a sugar daddy. And I'm going to put this article up, right? Where is it at? Well, forget about that. It's somewhere, right? I'll show it to y'all later. They said it's the closest that Diddy will ever have to a sugar daddy. Let me just actually read you. It's in my notes. 1 second. I have the art. This is very important that you guys hear this mess, all right? They said, if P. Diddy has ever had a sugar daddy, it's Ron Burkle. He has a net worth of around $3 billion. Now, remember when I said earlier, it's funny the way even though the wagons are circling around Diddy and he's going down, right? that it seems like he has somebody super powerful protecting him and super in his corner that won't let him fall. And everybody was like, it's Clive Davis, it's Clive Davis. And I said, maybe, but I think it's somebody more influential and someone more powerful than Clive Davis. Would someone with a net worth of $3 billion actually do it? Someone that is a power player in the music industry and in Hollywood, and more importantly, in investments. But let's keep going. Burkle's a partner because, baby, we haven't gotten to the dark side of this maybe billionaire sugar daddy that Diddy has that turned him the F out. Let's get into this. They said Burkle is a partner of the private equities and venture capital firm that's merged some of America's biggest supermarket chains. In addition to becoming one of McDonald's biggest suppliers, he has raised nine figures, not six, not seven, not eight, but nine figures for the Democratic Party. He is a political power player. And somewhere along the lines, he met P. Diddy. He invested $100 million in Sean John for retail expansion and would continue to be Diddy's go-to funder in all of his investments, all of them. Now, here's the thing. Around this time, Diddy and Ron Burkle became a hot little ticket. They were inseparable. They stayed together. They played together. They went to all the Hollywood parties. Now, I'm not saying, far be it from me to suggest that there is anything untowards with Ron Burkle's and Diddy's relationship. Far be it from me to suggest that it is anything but a professional relationship. But somewhere along the way, Diddy fell in with Ron Burkle and they became the dynamic duo. Okay? They were inseparable. Diddy and Ron Burkle were even throwing parties together. At one point, people said that Diddy was basically living with Ron Burkle. They would host massive B-Day parties, joint birthday parties with each other, inviting the likes of Jay-Z, Kanye West, Sanaa Lathan, Amber Rose, Al Sharpton, right? Ron Burkle was so influential. Look at that soft, loving look in Diddy's eyes. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't that how you want everybody to look at your sugar daddy? Look at that. He's so sweet. Diddy's melting. But all jokes aside, they became inseparable to the point of everybody wondered, what is the connection? Do they just get along? To the point of Diddy practically moved into his house and Diddy made this man godfather to his children. On top of that, Ron Burkle, when he lobbied, the streets are saying he lobbied. This has not been independently verified, but you know lobbying is done. He lobbied to have Diddy get a star, I think a Star of Fame or something like that on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He lobbied. When Diddy got that star, I believe, okay, his boo thing, his sugar daddy, literally did, what do you call it? Flipped the tab, okay, and threw one of the biggest, most lavish celebrations people have seen in Hollywood. A lavish party was thrown that Friday night at billionaire Ron Burkle's sprawling Beverly Hills estate, the estate that Diddy was basically living at. Look at the words Diddy used. In addition to the celebrating that monumentous occasion that Diddy had achieved, Diddy said, it's also like my coming out party here in Hollywood. I don't have nothing to hide about that. If I'm going to come someplace, I'm going to make some noise and you're going to know I'm here. And I said, that's an interesting way to actually talk about a party that your alleged roommate, very close friend, godfather, you guys are inseparable. You guys are the dynamic duo doing everything together. When he threw you a celebration for getting the Hollywood Walk of Fame that he lobbied to help you get and all his connections, he said This is also like my coming out party here in Hollywood. I don't have nothing to hide about that. Okay, Diddy. All right, interesting choice of words, but nonetheless, it is a choice of words. Let's keep going. You guys, again, they were inseparable. Joint birthday parties, hosted Diddy's, in Diddy's words, his coming out party. Now, up until then, Diddy was a well-known fixture in the Hollywood party scene. He was dating Carmen Diaz. He was doing all this stuff. He didn't need okay, fine. Now, on top of that, Diddy and this guy got along so well that he put on his rumored boothing Zach Posen. If you guys didn't know, the 23-year-old fashion whiz Zach Posen caught the eye of Diddy as a hip hop mogul was going all in on apparel. The two struck a joint venture deal that had Sean John investing in Zach's design company and becoming equal partner. But here's the thing. Diddy met Zach. Diddy invested in Zach's clothing. Now, there was a lot of reporting around that time, very cheeky reporting. It's going to all come together. In April 22nd, 2004, Vogue UK said Zach Posen and P. Diddy make a glamorous fashion coupling. Why? Because at that time, Zach Posen and Diddy were setting off Hollywood's gaydar. There were numerous photos of Diddy and Zach Posen enjoying each other's company. They were surrounded by their Hollywood elite, and they were enjoying the company. And I think it's sweet that Diddy took his good friend Zach Posen and he invested in Zach's company. But really, what Diddy did was put his good friend, billionaire boo, Ron Burkle, onto Zach Posen. See, here's the thing. Diddy always liked to seem like he was flexing. He invested in Zach Posen. He invested in this. He invested in that. When the truth is, he had a billionaire sugar daddy that gave him the money to invest in Zach Posen, that gave him the money to invest in this and that. Now, we do know that a lot of things Diddy invested in, he didn't get the money back, okay? He was throwing money around. He always kept Ron Burkle's name out of the media thing because, he's in promotion. Ron Burkle didn't care. This was pennies to him. He invested $100 million in Sean John like it was no problem. He was throwing Diddy parties. He threw Diddy his coming out party. They was so coupled up, right? Now, I'm getting to the point. Let me just get there, y'all. And let me say thank you to everybody of the super chat. Hey, Lisa Tubman, thank you so much for the super chat, girl. Chandelier, I love that. That's cute. Chandelier, thank you so much for the super chat, girl. Let's go touch grass and lay in the grass. Zaira Mena, thank you look at your cute daughter. Thank you so much for the super chat. Diana Ross said, thank you so much for the super chat. Said, you're right. Your info is being shared. Some give credit, some don't. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Heather's Stanley, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. And also Chandelier said, Tisa TMZ, you're doing the work. You're on top of all the updates being 100% right since day one. Y'all flatter me, but I love it. Right on the pulse. Great research and sources. I hope they clean house from top down. Oh, good for you. DV survivor, lawyer. I know that's right. Social worker and Tattle Tell. I know that's right. You better rack up those credentials. Thank you so much, Chandelier. Okay, you guys. Now, I'm getting to it, okay? But I like the good lead up because this is the man, right? This is the man. I just rewinded my own thing. This is why you don't trust people with PowerPoint. I need an assistant to run my PowerPoint presentation, okay? Now, this is the part that I thought was most interesting. Remember how Diddy made that big jump to Revolt TV, okay? And remember how I said that Dame Dash on the low exposed who Diddy's sugar daddy was. Because if anybody actually did any digging and connected the dots and the dots were there, he was speaking in code. When he said they wanted me to give $100 million cash and I couldn't come up with $100 million, right? So Diddy came in with his money. I said, where did that boy get $100 million cash from? To have $100 million cash, you have no idea how liquid you have to be, right? There was an article, and it wasn't an article. It was actually on CNBC Money or CNBC Money. If you guys don't know, that is like MSNBC for money. People come when they want money, corporations, all this stuff, right? This is the transcript from it. They had Diddy on because Diddy had just miraculously, okay, purchased Revolt TV. He was all over it. Everybody wanted to know how, because again, from the money players, they don't listen to those false reports of how much you owe, because everybody knows when you doing smoke and mirrors, everybody knows who the smoke and mirrors were, okay? They knew, how did you make this money? Where did this money come from? Diddy said this. How did you get the financing to start Revolt TV? Revolt TV is the TV channel with the Comcast that Dame Dash was talking about in the beginning. Look what Diddy said. This is a transcript of the video. When I actually put up he said, when I actually put up the starting financing myself. And I said, okay, but how much is it? He said, then I worked with a group of private investors, Ron Burkle, and a financial organization called Highbridge. And you know, I had to sell my vision, you know, okay? Now, Ron Burkle put up the majority of the Revolt money. Diddy might have put up his own money, but maybe he put up a couple of million. Ron Burkle is rumored to put up, again, Highbridge connections to Ron Burkle. It's all under the same umbrella. At the end of the day, Diddy has some pride. He doesn't want everybody to know that he basically has a sugar daddy that finances everything he does, even finances Diddy's rumored booze. The same shit. Look at that soft look in Diddy's eyes. The same sugar daddy, according to the Australian AU and a bunch of snarky articles from 2004, the same sugar daddy that's got children to his family through Diddy a coming out party, Diddy's words, not mine. And literally, they were pretty much inseparable. So who is this Ron Burkle? And what does he have to do with Diddy's proclivities, right? Besides throwing a coming out party for him. Who is this Ron Burkle? Well, let's actually dig into that, okay? Now, we all know that Diddy and Ron Burkle finance Zach Posen. And by Diddy and Ron Burkle, I mean Diddy said, I'm going to give you the money, and Ron Burkle dipped into his pocket, okay? Now, we all know that Zach Posen and Diddy are very, very close. And again, Diddy is always, he's a handsy friend. He's a handsy friend. And he's giving him the Heimlich remover right here. Clearly, you guys get your minds out the gutter. But let's take a look at who Ron Burkle actually is. He also invested in another one of Diddy's ventures, Aqua Hydrate. Now, if you're wondering what happened to Aqua Hydrate, ain't anything, because I don't even know what Aqua Hydrate is. But it's important to know that he became Diddy's very godfather investor. Every investment that Diddy wanted to do, Ron, who is a billionaire, would throw money behind it. Remember how I was like, how is Sean John in every single Macy's? But I haven't seen anybody wear Sean John in how long now? Again, Sean John might have been doing it back in the 90s and 2000s, but have you seen anybody? And baby, I've been overseas and in America. I have not seen one person wear Sean John. That's why I'm always looking at, like, how is it in Macy's? Who is it buying it? Is this a money laundering operation? Y'all know me. I be walking around the store looking for stuff with a crispy wig, looking rough, and literally my head being like, is this a money laundering operation? Where did they get this money from? You know? So this is, again, he's done a lot for Diddy. Hold on, I'm getting to the point. He also threw Diddy a lot of parties. The Sean John underwear launch party he threw in Las Vegas. He supports Diddy. Baby, they are the best of friends. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting there. Slow down. Oh my God, Sarah Hinland Bowler. What's up, mama? How are you doing? Thank you so much for the super chat. Everybody show Sarah some love. Okay, He threw so much. Again, he was super proud of Diddy. Now, let's get into it some more. If you guys don't know, just to tell you a little bit more about, I know Sarah knows who Ron Burkle is. Again, he owns Fred Meyer, Ralph's, A&P, Whole Food Markets. It just goes on and on and on. Let's just continue. So who is this Ron Burkle? Wow. He's also really, really good friends with Bill Clinton. Super good friends. Did I mention that he was a 9-figure donor to the Democratic Party? Did I mention that this mofo is connected with the Hollywood elite? He's connected with industry. He's connected with political parties. He is connected across all quadrants. Now, I'm not saying that he is the reason that people have not completely abandoned Diddy in droves. I am saying that he appears to be a billionaire mogul's what? That's his sugar daddy, a billionaire mogul's plaything, a billionaire mogul's pet. It would, if you believe, right? If you believe the streets, and again, this has not been independently verified. Please go do your own investigation. I'm just telling you what I heard. If you believe the streets, that one of the reasons people have not thrown Diddy to the wolves like they could is because he has powerful people protecting him. I do not believe that Clive Davis is that powerful because, yes, there are people in music, but let's also not forget Diddy's white parties, which Ron Burkle financed, had more than rappers around. There was Hollywood elite. His parties were crazy. It was known. So here's a young white Ron Burkle with Bill Clinton, right? So what's the link, you ask? Well, let's see who Diddy was taught by. The Playboy billionaire and Air Blank One. Bill Clinton is facing explosive new charges. Oh, what's Air Blank One? If you guys don't know, when I showed you earlier Ron Burkle's assets, he actually had, he actually had a Boeing 757 that the aides and people around him, and even the forces that investigated, nicknamed Air F1 because of the gaggle of women that were always on it and the crazy, explicit freak-offs, if you will, that always happen. Puff is rumored to be one of the constant people on Air F1. Air, I can't say it because, YouTube loves to demonetize people, right? We got to keep it PG-13. On top of that, Ron Burkle's name was found in Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book and on Epstein's private jet log. Burkle took what was described as humanitarian trips to Africa with Bill Clinton on Epstein's private Boeing 727, nicknamed the Lolita Express. Now, following a trip to Africa, Burkle reportedly returned home by a commercial jet, referring to Epstein as creepy. Now, again, I'm not saying that Burkle was on Epstein level because clearly Epstein was on a level that you can't even understand, right? That you can't even understand. But I am saying that Air F1, which was commonly known as Diddy, learned from the best of them. And his shenanigans were well documented by the federal government, including the Epstein link. Now, let's just continue, shall we? Now, Clinton helped Ron Burkle, this is Diddy's sugar daddy, generate business and flew women around the world with a flock of beautiful young women on Burkle's private jet, which was nicknamed Air F K1. You guys, it's not over. Hold on. It's not over. Let's do a little bit more. He was one of Epstein's remained in touch high society contacts, even though he said Jeffrey whatever was creepy. He still stayed in contact, and he still did. I don't know if his business or social callings with the creepster. He also flew several times to Epstein's private island. Several times. He also bought Michael Jackson's estate. This is the man that is godfather to Diddy's children. I mean, I get it from a financial point of view. He owns the Pittsburgh Penguins, technology investments. He A-grade investments, a venture capital fund founded by Ashton Kutcher, Guy Oseary, and Ron Burkle. He owns SoundCloud. He owns Airbnb. He owns Spotify. Does this man sound more powerful than, let me put myself on the thing so I can get the giraffe. Does this man sound more powerful than Clive Davis in this current thing? Again, I'm not saying Clive Davis isn't powerful. I'm saying in 2023, SoundCloud, Spotify, you own Airbnb, you own all these tech giants, right? You own all these supermarket stores. You own all these foods. You are McDonald's biggest distributor. Baby, you own the world. But when it comes to the music and entertainment industry, when it comes to the political segments, when it comes to the people that are moving and shaking, baby, you are bringing home the bacon. This is the man that has been described by Puffy as the man that threw him a coming out party.
What was this initiative about?
Now,
10
when you
years
know
ago?
all that, this is also the man, right? This is also the man that owns Filori and Vatican. Oh my God. A Delaware judge dismissed, well, you know what? Forget about that. Let's move on because I don't got anything to do with that. That's Anne Hathaway's boyfriend. Remember when she was dating that scammer that everybody thought was an Italian billionaire, and he was literally running through all her contacts, conning everybody? Apparently he got this guy. So when you know about this man, and you know about what this man is capable of, right? And you know about the way this man moves and who exactly his powerful friends are, right? When you know that even Revolt TV, for some reason, this billionaire took an interest in Diddy, right? Somewhere this billionaires took a interest in Diddy. And somehow, for no apparent reason, he decided to dump hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars into Sean John. And I don't want to hear, I still wear Sean John. Shut up. You got that from secondhand consignment. Had nobody bought that. Like, Sean John is the Arby's of clothing, even though apparently some of y'all eat in Arby's. I don't know why. A man whose own airplane was a traveling freak off. A man who threw Diddy his coming out party. A man that mysteriously became so close, he became godfather of all your children. A man who you did not want to be publicly associated, but in those private parties, right? In those private parties, you were 100%, right? You were 100% on it. You 100% wanted to be about it. You 100% took every dollar. You even put your boo thing, Zach Posen, onto it. Does this not fit the role of someone that is not only Diddy's handler? Does this not fit the role of someone who actually is so powerful, owns so much, and is so connected that nobody wants to get on Diddy's bad side, but more importantly, no one with a brain, with something to lose, is literally going to expose Diddy for what he's doing, because he still has, forget about rich and powerful people protecting him. he still has Ron M. effing Burkle in his bed. Business-wise. Crystal Cove, you are funny. She said, maybe by coming out, Diddy meant like a debutante ball. I think so too. He came out like, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to literally probably came up there doing the like, take that. While his boo was like, all for you, like the Great Gatsby. Baby, you gotta, listen, I admire Diddy. Most people gotta sleep with someone to get that type of money and support. He had people painting their fingers, toes, and nose with white fingernail polish to get even one iota, 0.00001% from what he gets and is getting from Ron Burkle. I think it's amazing that Diddy found such a friend. They're like an odd couple that he doesn't want to be seen with, except in Hollywood parties, right? An odd couple that maybe that's why he was saying his mom is single and ready to mingle. Maybe Diddy is literally got turned out by a billionaire mogul who literally took an interest in him and helped launch his career the same way Diddy took an interest in everybody else and helped launch their career. Again, Diddy was a constant passenger on Air Bleep One. It's Air F *** K one. That was the nickname of this. They were cool with Epstein. They had been, been on the log. We don't know if Ron Burkle was actually there, but Epstein's flight log to the island says that it was, right? Right? Again, Arisha said Hollywood Street Dream spoke of this in 2014. All right, baby. Well, these articles are from 2004. So Amai said, just met a cute lady with white fingernail polish. Kind of made me a bit iffy, baby. Listen, I don't know. The summer's coming. I really have to have a talk. Women, we need to have a talk. Are we going to take back white fingernail polish, or are we going to let Diddy take that away from us? I say we take back white fingernail polish. I say we take back white fingernail polish, right? Purple 1999 said, your research is on point. Thank you so much for the super chat, Purple. CF James said he's part of the course for Bernard Arnault from LV. I'm surprised his name hasn't come up yet. No wonder why Young Miami stayed. Okay. CF James, baby, if that ain't the truth. Because that's another thing I've been wondering. Why hasn't Young Miami flown the coop? She is still standing by her man because, baby, there's big money behind Diddy. And the thing is, everybody's like, again, I'm not saying Clive Davis isn't powerful. I'm not. But Clive Davis ain't on Ron Burkle's level. He's not. And Clive Davis is powerful in the music industry, but let's not forget that of over 80% of Diddy's fortune doesn't come from the music industry. Over 80% of Diddy's fortune comes from his business. And his businesses were funded, and whether they succeed or not, and continue to be funded by Ron Burkle. Woo! Abundant One said top tier reporting. Y'all, honestly, I really appreciate it. I know this wasn't the most anyone that paid attention could have connected these, but I went down a rabbit hole of articles between 2001 and 2004 to literally find out what was going on, where Diddy was getting his money. And we can thank Dame Dash. We can 100% thank Dame Dash for giving us all the clues we needed to put this mess together. Now that you know what is going on, right? Or what the streets are saying, listen to what Dame Dash has to say again with new ears. And then you're going to put together this Easter egg puzzle that he was putting. Literally, Dame Dash loved to be like, riddle me this. He speaks in riddles because he's speaking around things. Because at the end of the day, who wants to get on Ron Burkle's bad side? He runs too much. Where are you going to go? Politics, music, fashion, Hollywood society? That motherfucker got everything on lock. Literally. And unlike Diddy, he is the one that financed and got Revolt TV going, which makes me think when Diddy was like, yo, let me buy Revolt TV, I think he took offense at the fact that I'm not Diddy. When 50 was like, yo, Diddy, you going bankrupt. Let me buy Revolt TV. It makes me think that 50 took offense. But part of the reason he couldn't sell you it, baby, is because it wasn't his to sell. It's not his to sell. He's just the front man. Just like in Chirac, he is just the face of Chirac. He's not actual. You see what I'm saying? 50 took offense. Baby, maybe that's not his to sell. And this would explain why Rolling Stone did an article a couple of days ago talking about 18 brands because Diddy has a new venture, which is something where it's like an umbrella thing for like brands, I think minority owned brands. I think it's like Epiphany or whatever, I forget. They did an article that said 18 brands had abandoned ship, right? And then they said, and this is the part that stuck in my head, because I'm like, oh my God, that's so bad. But then I read 161 brands haven't decided either way to what they're going to do about Diddy. And I said, forget those 18 brands. The real story is, why didn't those 161 other brands jump ship? Because at the end of the day, the only reason they were under Diddy's investment fund, which looks like it is basically funded by a sugar daddy, benefactor, whatever, mentor, whatever you want to call him, Ron Burkle, right? The only reason that you would associate to Diddy is because Diddy's name will give you exposure. And hopefully through exposure, your brand will become more popular. And I'm like, why would you do that? Because at the end of the day, the people that actually run business, the people that actually follow the money, the people that are actually like, we might get something in the future, they're not abandoning Diddy. Because they're like, oh, we haven't made up our minds yet. You're not abandoning Diddy because you care about him so much or you believe he's innocent. I mean, that might be it. I don't know what people actually think. But I'm just saying from a business point of view, the reason you guys haven't jumped ship from Diddy is because, right? It's because the benefactor, his sugar daddy, his guardian angel, Ron Burkle, would not be too happy. And Ron Burkle is praying that Diddy gets through this. He wants him. He's doing everything he can to help him get through this. Okay? And if you were a business and Ron Burkle runs all those things, would you want to abandon his pet? Or would you just stick around just to see? Would you stick around until Ron Burkle was done with them? And then once Ron Burkle abandoned, then you would do it. Does that sound more like what would be happening? Does it? Does it? Does it? I think it does. But you guys, again, streets are saying, you saw the reports I based it on. Do your own research. Let me know what you guys think. But you guys, I think there's something to this. I think there's something to this. Doesn't this make more sense than Clive, MF, and Davis? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? And also, doesn't this make a difference with Diddy and Cassie's settlement? I know everybody is saying the insurance paid. The insurance did not pay. Even going to my comments, a lot of people that work in the insurance industry are saying absolutely they wouldn't pay. Maybe they're confusing a surety bond with actual insurance, but insurances will not pay for illegal contact. Blank trafficking ring around the rosy is illegal contact. Diddy paid for this out of his pocket. Where did Diddy get the money to settle that quick? Remember how I talked about how it's so difficult for rich people to liquidate assets? Look at how Elon Musk tried to get out of buying Twitter because he couldn't liquidate Tesla assets. I'm not saying that they broke. I'm not saying they're working at Walmart. I'm not even saying that they are a thousandaire. They got money. But when you get into billions, it's all tied up into stock, property. It is hard to liquidate assets. And you never want to, like, liquid assets are gold. Literally, you never want to waste liquid assets, right? You never want to waste it. Elon Musk tried to back out of the Twitter because he didn't have enough liquid assets until he borrowed from stock value. Well, how did Diddy liquidate that much? He owns yachts, he owns cars, he owns houses, he owns stock. But how did he liquidate so quick? Could it be he said, ring-a-ding-ding, hi, Yes, Ron. I know how to make that thing sing. Listen, do you think? Because again, 100 million that people are saying Cassie got, right? I do want to point out that I was one of the first people to say that it was closer to 100 million. Everybody told me, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. It's 30, it's 30. I said 100. Then a day later, everybody was like, oh my God, it's 100, it's 100. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But who knows? Streets are talking. Who knows? Right? But my whole point is with the 100 million, besides saying, I told you so. Can I have my moment? Can I have my moment? Please. Let me have my moment. The 100 million might seem like a lot to Diddy, but to someone that is worth at least $3 billion, to someone that has liquid assets on that level and a slush fund, and that $3 billion, I believe, was a few years ago. Let's also not forget that during the pandemic, it was the single largest transfer of wealth from the working middle class up to the top 0.001%. And it went through loans, corporations, all the stuff. Does it not sound like, again, the government's busy arresting regular people for taking PPE loans, but they forgave like all the business people? I'm not saying that Ron did anything wrong with that pandemic money. I am saying that when you look at his investment profile, he racked up in the pandemic. McDonald's, the fashion, the service, Airbnb, all half the industries he owned were affected by the pandemic. And you saw that even though the government was giving out those stimulus checks, even though they were giving out to lower people, the single largest transfer of wealth from the working middle class to the top 0.001%, these business owners and corporations, it was unheard of. So he was worth $3 billion before the pandemic. Who knows how much wealth flows up to the front, how much he leveraged that. That man might be worth 4 or 5 billion by now. And baby, don't let Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos 70 million, 80 million, baby. I'm sorry, 70 billion, 80 billion, baby. A billion is a billion, 2 billion, 3 billion. What? Give me one, but I'm gonna open my leg. Give me two, but I'm gonna right? Give me 3 margaritas. I'm gonna y'all see what I'm saying, right? Let's get into this. Hold on. Lisa Spencer, thank you so much for the super chat. And of course, Destiny Daniel said, keep standing on their necks. Thank y'all so much. So what y'all think? What y'all think? Do you think we cracked the case of who Diddy's handler / protector is? Do you see why? Do you think we cracked the case of why everybody's sitting there on mute? Do you think we cracked the case of who actually is propping Diddy up, who is financing his life, who's probably paying for the settlements? Do you think? I think we have. I think we have. Woo! Listen, I think we have. Listen, again, he is his fairy godfather. He is his benefactor. He is a very, very close friend. Right? Diddy looks at him and that's what I wanted to say. Listen to Dame Dash Now with new ears, if y'all still listening. Hold on, listen to it with new ears, what he says, and then tell me that we haven't cracked the code of this Scooby-Doo mystery. Let's go.
About 10 years ago, the Comcast wanted black-owned networks. And I was talking to them, but they told me I had to show them $100 million because Magic and Oprah had took so many loans. So I'm like, if I got to go get 100, how are you going to think that's black? I'm not going to be able to get $100 million of black money. So I was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to make $100 million worth of content. And then I'll go back. But Comcast is nothing but distribution. But what happens when you get distributed, you get paid as an affiliate kind of thing. So off of your cable bill, $100, like $4 of that might go to ESPN and $2, whatever. I don't know what Puff and them got, but let's say it was $1 or $2. Spectrum told me, what's the difference between you, Puff, and Oprah? And I said, the only thing that's similar is our skin. But because it's a black-owned company doesn't mean it's only for black people. Just because I'm black doesn't mean only black people can digest what I'm doing. What happened with Puff?
Okay, y'all. And just to let you guys know, Lip Cole said, by the way, in those purchase deals, you don't need 100 million sitting around the crowd. They get proof of funds from the bank, a line of credit. I get that, but Burkle is so big. He doesn't need a line of credit. He is the bank. And also, every publication when it comes to finance has pointed out that Burkle invested $100 million in Sean John clothing line. Burkle invested the majority of the money in Revolt TV. Dame Dash is saying they wanted 100 million. That means Ron Burkle basically invested another 100 million. He's godfather to all of Diddy's children. He is known as the billionaire party boy. He is known as the wild lifestyle. Now let's get speculative. Do you think this is where Diddy got his taste for freak offs? Do y'all? I mean, baby, Ron Burkle had a roving plane of freak offs. Him and Bill Clinton were doing the thing. Diddy was a constant person on that flight. They were even going to Epstein's Fantasy Island. Again, according to the flight logs, now there might have been 2 mops, right? Sitting there dressed like them on the plane with like books at, like, literally could have been two dummies. Like, but at the end of the day, the flight log says they were there. The private jet flight log says, and the island visitor log says that they were there. Do you think that's where Diddy, remember for Young Miami's birthday, where there was a whole island called Love Island? And Young Miami seemed like she was there herself, but she was with the white fingernails. Do you think that's where Diddy got his inspiration for Love Island? Now, Diddy was renting Love Island out, and I'm sure he knew one day he would have his own island to do some freak offs in private, okay? Because as of this point, freak offs have not been deemed illegal. He hasn't been convicted in a court of law that his freak off activity is illegal. Oh my God. You guys, I almost forgot. I should actually do you want me to make this good video tonight? Do y'all? Put one in the comments. Either that or I can make the video, like the roll, and I can come back on live in about 20 minutes if y'all want, or I'll just put it as a video. Y'all, I found, should I tell y'all? Because I feel like they can't scoop me because I did my thing. So while I was going down the road, everybody listen, this is important. Listen, this is important. While I was going down the rabbit hole for Ron Burkle and Diddy to actually find out, thank you to Dame Dash to find out, where did Diddy get that money? Because I pay attention to finances. And again, I know, like, whatever, right? Yes, I be walking around for crusty wig, but who cares? Because I pay attention to finances. I pay attention. Y'all know I'm nosy. I will go down a rabbit hole, come up for air, dig another one, literally. So while I was digging in the dirt, I found out something. I found out something that nobody else has found out. I found out something that no one else has found out. And I connected the dots. And baby, I did research. And I found the owner. And I found the statements. And I found out how much Diddy was paying for the male blank workers to attend the freak offs. I found out in exact dollars. Do you know how I found out? Because I found out the agency that Cassie was using to book people. And I'm going to put that in a video. And I think I found the men that Diddy was using, because when you go to the agency, they weren't joking, baby. It is a catalog you can go through. Yes, it looked like like the catalog looked like something out of Magic Mike. There's catalogs you can go through. And just like those catalogs, you can see their age, their height, their weight. You can see their skin color. And we all know the way he liked those white nails to pow, 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 pop off. Y'all, I found the agency that Cassie was ordering out of. Word is bond. I have it on. Listen, I have it on based upon information and belief. I have found the agency that Cassie was ordering from, and I have gotten tea about what the male blank workers, why and what angle they plan on coming at Mr. Sean Diddy Combs. And I know some people are like, they got paid. And what of it? I know some people say, but you can't. Baby, I found the angle that they are going to come at with Sean Diddy Combs. Should I post that? Should I post the video? Because y'all know it's going to be key. So should I post the recorded video, or should I just come back on live in 20 minutes? Because I just need to put the reel together so I can walk you through my investigation. Baby, this is why I haven't been posting all day, because I was a busy girl on the internet. I also well, I'm going to save that if I don't post it tonight. I also found out something very, very, very disturbing about Diddy. And baby, this ain't no allegedly, okay? It's not like, oh, how do we know? Baby, there are receipts, and just like today, I'm gonna make PowerPoint presentations, right? Okay. Listen, shout out to everybody doing their investigations and actually bringing new, fresh stuff to the conversation. Shout out to the people that are doing nothing but watching people's videos, taking notes, and then like whatever, right? It don't matter, right? We all in this game together. But y'all, I was doing investigation to get something real. Do y'all want to hear it? Somebody said, come back in 20 minutes. Y'all want to live? Do y'all want to live? Put 1 if you want to live. Put 2 if you just want a video. If it's a video, I'll keep it to under 8 minutes, because I know some of y'all love to ruin a joke talking about something. Oh my God, will you get to the point? Like, will you shut up and let me go take my time strolling? God, can never be friends in real life. Get to the point. Why? When strolling is half the fun. But yeah, I found the escort agency. I think I found the men. And if they're not, okay, well, at the end of the day, with the men, the angle that they're going to use, but also there's only so many dark-skinned men on that site. So unless they quit, right? Unless they quit. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me say really my super chats. Hold on. Let me just say hi. Yes. Destiny Dano said, I noticed most celebrities are on mute about Diddy. I know that's right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Also, AB said the male workers were filmed illegally without their knowledge as well. Cassie wasn't aware it was filmed, right? See, here's the thing, and this is just my opinion, okay? Because, I don't get all the pieces because, so some stuff is actual speculation. I'll let you know when like it's speculation. From all accounts, Diddy did not hide cameras, even by Cassie's accounts. To me, it sounded like something ritualistic from like The Craft or something, right? That song that's like, I am nothing in particular. I am the sun and the air of a like Morrissey and the Smiths, right? It was always described, even in Cassie's lawsuit, that she would be in the middle doing things to men, right? Diddy would be watching. There would be candles and stuff. And they always had a 3-point setup of a tablet, a phone, and a laptop. And it would all be filming from different angles. Now, to me, that sounded like it was some live streaming. It sounded like you were trying, like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, this isn't for personal use. Okay. But I have a little information about what happened in the freak-offs that are going to surprise you, and the angle that the men are taking. Now, maybe this could be one of the angles, but I have it upon information and belief, okay, that's not the angle that I investigated, found out, or I was told. It's an angle that nobody's seen, but it's a very good angle on the way that they're going to get out of whatever contractual obligations they had with Diddy, even though we all know illegal contracts don't hold up, but it's a little bit deeper than that. Again, we found the agency. We found this, we found that, and it's also some really deep, dark, scary information about one of Diddy and his employees, and it really makes you say, let me actually write down a connection I just made. Y'all know I be writing down so much. Kimora and okay. So anyway, y'all, that is actually what is going down. You know what I'm going to do, y'all? I'm going to go, right? I might come back on live. If not, I'm going to post a video like in the next maybe half hour, or maybe I'll come back on live. I just have to take screenshots and make sure that I won't be showing somebody in their tidy whities talking about some, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. Listen. I can't believe it's happening either, but it is. We are going to investigate. And when this trial starts, I want to sit in the trial. You know, Diddy's dizzy self, you know that they are trying to expose the woman that is suing them anonymously. Again, remember I told y'all from the blind items that they said that Diddy's people are basically going to start naming and shaming the women because their whole thing is to try to make it look like it's consensual. What was the problem? These women are a money grab, and can we really trust them? We need to trust Diddy. But the stuff that's about to come out with the men, right? And again, I've heard the rumors, but I have it on upon belief, right? Upon information and belief that the men angle is an angle that nobody's thought about yet, but it's a viable angle, and it's the true angle that the men are going to be coming at. Diddy is not going to know what hit him, but oh my God, and there's so much tea I discovered today. Hold on. You know, let me go put okay, you guys, let me get out of here. Let me go pick this stuff up, right? You said with SWAT like security, yo, listen, will Diddy go broke? Honestly, I'll tell you what, a couple of days ago, I was like, yeah, he's going broke. But now that we know that he has a little angel investor protector, baby. Hey, Lynn Phils, thank you so much for becoming a member. And Dana Brooks, thank you so much for the super ticker. So, all right, really quick. I just want to say another big shout out to Inheel 21981 Valentine TV, of course. Daddy's Girl, Lisa Tubman, Chandelier, Zara Minna, Diana Ross, Heather Stanley, Chandelier. Hey, Sarah, thank you so much. Crystal Cove, Arasha. Woo! I also want to thank Amify, Purple, CF James, Abundant One, Lisa Spencer, Destiny Daniel, AB, Lynn Fields, and Dana Burks again. Thank you guys so much for the super chats and also for getting your comments to the top. Y'all know the live stream is always lit, so it's hard for me to see what people are saying, but I appreciate it. Y'all, let me go make this video. Hit your notifications. If not, watch the video when you get up tomorrow. What time is it over there anyway? It don't matter. The video or the live is going to be up in like the next half hour-ish, right? And also, I'll see if I can squeak out a third video too. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.